Hello, I'm Toycat, and welcome back to QnA Saturday. QnA Saturday is a weekly series I run on my channel where I answer your questions about a variety of subjects, usually focused around the next update for Minecraft and the next update for Minecraft console. However, there's some variety questions thrown in there, and all of these questions do actually come from last week's Q&A. So if you want to ask any questions for next week's, leave them in the comments down below, because that's how, by next week this will be last week, and that's where I'll pick all the questions from. And with that said, hopefully you do will enjoy QnA Saturday. If you do, like the video and let me know, because it helps out the channel a lot, and lets me know you do like these videos where I answer your questions about a variety of things, and that's kind of the whole point, isn't it? Anyway, with that said, let's get straight into answering those questions with the first question, which comes in from Gaming with Herobrine, who asks, when will there be 1.10 snapshots? And this is a really good question, and it's one that actually has a solid answer. So even though 1.9 snapshots took something like 6 months after 1.8, and even then there was a whole big thing about that whole thing, Minecraft 1.10 looks like it's developing a little bit faster than 1.9, because even though 1.9 just came out, I think 3 months ago, 1.10 snapshots are starting very, very soon. We've actually had word from 2 Minecraft developers on exactly when they're starting. Sarge said they won't be starting for 2 to 3 weeks. He said that a full month ago now, exactly a month ago actually, which means, you know, it's at least 2 to 3 weeks a month ago, means somewhere near today. And Jeb has also said the earliest they'll start is, I think it was 3 weeks from now, and he said that about 4 weeks ago. So with both of those things combined, you can kind of just assume, oh yeah, Minecraft 1.10 snapshots coming very, very soon. Obviously, Mojang time seems to be this kind of slower version of real life time, but I still expect that we'll see our first 1.10 snapshot in the next maybe 2 to 3 weeks, which is very exciting stuff. Only weeks away from the snapshots rather than months like we might expect at this time of year, and that's very good stuff if you ask me. However, we're going to move on to the next question, which comes in from Awesome Meow, who asks, hashtag, nice name by the way, hashtag Q&A, do you think Minecraft will get a new tier, and what would it be? Tools and armor, for example, diamonds. So this is an easy question to answer, but it's one I don't think I've answered ever, even though it's kind of, a really important question for Minecraft, because since Minecraft, I think it was like in dev when they first added the gold, iron, and then diamond system that we have right now, or I guess there's stone or like leather depending on your system, but still, the kind of 5-tier system of weapons and the 4-tier system of armor has been around for a very long time, and a lot of people then have to ask, so why don't they add something better than diamond, or something better, worse than diamond but better than iron? And what I think is the problem here is there's only 2 real options. The options I'd say would like to be add somewhere between iron and diamond that has some advantages over diamond and some advantages over iron, but isn't quite as good as either in some ways. And the second option is to have something better than diamond. So the problem with having something better than diamond is you kind of ruin the game balance, because right now, the whole game is geared towards getting diamonds. Diamonds are kind of a tricky thing to get, but the problem is if you make something harder to get than diamonds, then it just makes the whole game be like a kind of mess. So you can't have something that's harder to get than diamonds, so it has to be in between those two. And then how do you do that? Because armor doesn't currently slow you down anyway, so that's not something you can control. I've always thought the best option would be to add mithril, but again, the current options they actually have are really limited, and that's why I think they've just kind of left it how it is. Maybe at some point in the future, they'll add an up tier of diamond armor, but I would not expect it for 1.10. Maybe for Minecraft 2.0 though, who knows, we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, that's the answer to your question. A new tier of weapons and armor would be awesome, but I don't think it's coming too soon. So next question comes in from Oshaw Films, who asks, hashtag question for Kitty Cat. Is that for me or for you? We'll just take it. Anyway, why is the stack limit 64? All other Minecraft games have a higher, or Minecrafty games have a higher one. Please answer. So to answer your question, why the stack limit in Minecraft is 64 as opposed to 99 like other games have, and even back in the Minecraft, again, the early phases, in dev, inf dev, and even up to alpha, I think it was, the stacks of items used to go up to 99, and I think in some cases it went higher. So yeah, why did the stacks used to be 99, or in some games it's 99 or 999 even, but in Minecraft it's 64. 64 seems like a random number, but it's actually, I think it's like 2 to the power of 6, 5, I don't know the exact number you get, but basically, yeah, it's a power of 2, so it seems like it fits. Again, that's why 64 bits a thing, that's why, the Nintendo 64, etc. 64 is a number that kind of makes sense in gaming, and then the reason they stuck at 64 rather than 99 or 128 is I think it just makes the most sense in terms of having 30 stacks of 64. That's a lot of stuff to have on you at once. I imagine it must have been a game balance reason to go from 99 to 64, or maybe not just really loves the number 64. It's hard to say for sure, but 64 is just one of those things about Minecraft that people kind of associate with the game, so I doubt they'll change it anytime soon. That's just kind of the reason behind why other games might pick 99, because logically speaking, usually you can have going up to a space like that, but Minecraft went with 64, because why not be different, right? Which I guess sounds fun enough to me. So yeah, that's the answer to your question there, Oshaw Films. Let's move on to the next one, which comes in from Ernie Scott, who asks, if you could add a use to gravel, what would it be? So this is a really important question, because gravel is something I rag on quite a lot. I'm very mean to gravel, and the reason for that is because it always just gets you when you least expect it, and you never need it. You need 1 piece of gravel per game to get some flint from, and then maybe you want to craft some arrows, maybe you want to craft some coarse dirt, but even then, they're both kind of rare things to want to craft. So the reason, so my reasoning to make them more to make gravel more exciting is to use it in a crafting recipe where it has some genuine use as gravel. So, for instance, what I'd recommend is like, cracked stone brick. If that was using gravel in some way, that'd be pretty cool. But just make a new block, make it look okay in some way, and make it use gravel. And then I think if you can do all of that combined, you'll have some people that actually want to go out and look for gravel. And then that's all I'm ever asking for. Give me a use for the chest full of gravel I have, because right now I don't have one, and it just makes me a little bit sad, honestly. So yeah, that's the answer to your question right there. If I could add a use to gravel, what would it be? Make it usable in a crafting recipe or something. Just give it an extra use. I don't care what it is. The crafting recipe one is probably the strongest one. If it's a cool block, that'd be awesome too. Like packed gravel, that actually is kind of looking good. I don't know what the answer has to be, but I do know that it has to have one. So next question comes in from the Minecraft Central, who asks #QnA. Toycat, can I ask you a question? Thank you. You can ask me a question, and you just did. So let's move on to the next question, which comes in from Nathan Carls C, who asks, with Microsoft announcing they are no longer making Xbox 360s, will Minecraft Xbox 360 Edition still get updates? So to answer your question, the ending of the 360's production, which is if you don't know, that was announced by Microsoft recently. Although it seems like it's a big deal, it actually kind of isn't, because it just means they're not going to make any more. They still have a bunch more they've made that they're still going to sell, and it just means they're kind of going to be focusing on the Xbox One a lot more. However, the 360 is going to stay around for a long time. The PlayStation 2 wasn't discontinued until I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago. So the actual Xbox 360 support ending, I don't think it'll be for another few years. Xbox Live will shut down at some point on the 360, but it's going to be many years in the future. As far as 360 updates go, I think you've got at least another year or two. And most Minecraft console people like Roger Carpenter seem to think it's many more years than just 1 or 2 years. So yeah, will Minecraft 360 still get updates? Yes, at least for a few years, and at least until Xbox Live shut down, which again, it's years away. I'd say like 2018, 2019 is the earliest you have to worry about any of that stuff, because the 360 is a very popular console. There's like 85 million of them out in the wild, and lots of 360s out there. So anyway, let's move on from that question to the next one, which is from Doug and Shelley. Doug and Shelley 03, who asks just to Q&A, no hashtag, thank you very much. Hello Toycat, do you think the console will ever get the debug screen? It would be nice to see what type of biome you are in or the light level of a block. What do you think? Thanks. So to answer your question, will we ever get a debug screen like the one on PC, which is F3, I believe the key is, so you can see your coordinates, all that other stuff? I would say probably not, and you can tell they haven't ever planned to put this in, because one, it'd be really weird on console, but two, because of the fact that they actually put coordinates in on the map. If they were ever intending to put a debug screen in and they just hadn't gotten around to it, then they wouldn't have done that, because they'd just be like, oh well, it'll be on the debug screen. But the fact that they put it on the map makes me think they never intended to, and if they do intend to in the future, they put no signals for. So debug screen on console seems very unlikely, I'm afraid. Same goes for Pocket Edition. I think it really was just a one-off on the PC, because PC games, obviously, it makes sense how that sort of stuff sometimes. So anyway, let's move on from that question to the next one, which comes in from Brandon Mill Plays Games, who asks your favourite food/drink is, which is a very short question, nice, short, to the point. Favorite food? I think about this one a lot, but I don't know if I have a solid answer. I think it might be like the food I've been craving recently, but haven't been able to eat. And right now, it is a burrito. A burrito would have to be my favorite food, because they're so there's no Mexican places in my town, and there's no. I have to travel like a solid 40 minutes, either north or south, to get to one, which is a pretty decent way to go. Like, and when I'm in London, it's like, oh, should I get a burrito or should I get one of the other amazing things around here? And then also add on to the fact that I think I was on a date recently, and I went past a burrito place, and it's like not appropriate to eat, and I think that's why right now I think it's my favorite, but I'll put it on there anyway. I think honestly, the food you think is your favorite is the one you have least access to. It's one of those types of things. And my favorite drink, anything super cold. So like, if you've ever frozen drinks before and like tried to drink them halfway through freezing, the stage where it's basically ice but not ice is the best. It's like a slush, but you don't have the problem of like all the ice spilling at the bottom, and that is my favorite drink. Anything that frozen with some like fruity flavor, I love. So that's the answer to your question there, Brandon Mill Play Games. Let's move on to the next one, which is from Flixer34. It's another food-based one, and it's a really easy food-based one, because they asked Toycat, do you eat sushi? I have not eaten sushi in like over a month, because I went to this place that was like the best rated sushi place in all of Manhattan when I was in New York, and it was terrible sushi. The staff was super weird about everything, which I guess was because I know they didn't really speak English too well, which is a bit weird in a country like America where like everyone speaks English and not everyone speaks Japanese. But whatever, they were super weird and kind of hard to communicate with. They looked at my signature when I signed, because apparently when you use your credit card in America, you have to sign. It's weird, but yeah. And then they made me sign, and they just said that's not a signature. And it's like, what do you want me to do? You can't just insult my signature if we want me to pay for these goods. And yeah, just long story short, they gave me terrible sushi. They overcharged me like crazy for it, and I was just so upset with it. I haven't eaten sushi since. I don't think I ever want to. Like, I genuinely think of sushi, and I think that's gross now. So I used to really love sushi, but a random place in New York ruined it for me. So moving on to the next question, also Japan as a whole. Anyway, the next question comes from a Big Marsh, who asks, #QnA, how do you feel about changes in 1.9, Elytra boats, etc.? Is there anything you want in a future update? Is there anything I want in a future update? Just something, more variety to the game in every form, like new ores, new bows, new enchantments, all that sort of stuff. And how do I feel about changes 1.9? Honestly, I feel like most people who complain about 1.9 changes are being really whiny because the game has changed the way they don't like. This is like, because a lot of servers haven't switched from 1.8 because they feel like a lot of people would revolt. The fact that they're changing the game is a good thing. People complain all year round that there's no changes. Then when there's changes, they're like, oh, yeah, but this makes it a little bit hard. I have to learn how to do something again. And yeah, I love all the 1.9 changes. I think people who complain are kind of missing the point of updates and maybe should stick with like Minecraft beta for a little bit just to really see how things used to be. Anyway, with that said, let's move on to the last question here, which comes in from Lean Stingring 9 Gaming, who asks, #QnA, will they add an alien type mob? And I think that although it's a kind of unlikely thing, because how do you even add an alien to Minecraft, I think this is one of the best ideas, because lots of people always question like, oh, they should add natural disasters like a hurricane, a tornado, a volcano explosion to Minecraft. But the truth be told, they're all kind of terrible ideas because of the fact that you can't ruin someone's house that way. I mean, you could have a hurricane that doesn't ruin someone's house, but it'd be a mess. And I guess a volcano would have to cover yourself in lava. So if you want to have a natural kind of event that doesn't do that, because natural events are cool and they make the game feel more alive, I think alien invasions would be pretty cool. So a UFO comes down, or just randomly aliens spawn somewhere, and they have super rare drops, like they might drop diamonds, they might drop emeralds, they might drop this new type of ore you need, and I think that would be a really awesome way to add a kind of exploration element to Minecraft that doesn't exist right now. So yeah, will they add an alien type mob? Probably not, but that's the best idea I've heard in a while. So anyway, yeah, I hope you did all enjoy this week's Q&A. If you liked it, like it and let me know. Share if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here. I make videos like this one every single day on my channel, and if subscribed, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Check the comments. Type a comment if you have any questions that I haven't answered in Q&A Saturday yet. There's a lot of obvious ones that I'll tell you right now you shouldn't ask, like, oh, what's your name, Toy Cat? My name is Andrew. How old are you, Toy Cat? I'm 20. How will dual wielding work on console, Toy Cat? The same way it does on PC. We've got 2 triggers. And all of those questions, please refrain from those. But if you have a question I haven't answered before, ask it in the comments down below, and I guess I'll see you all next week, where I'll be answering all of your questions. So thank you all very much for watching this week's Q&A, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye!